and this coaching staff very happy.
A great chapter to begin.
Let's go! Still on his feet. Slip the tackle. 20, 15, 10.
Like I said, this whole month has been kind of just crazy for me. So just getting my legs underneath me, just starting to get back in the flow.
I feel like the playbook is much more in your grasp now.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy coming in learning a new offense, but I'm doing the best I can at getting adjusted. And these guys do a great job of helping me out anywhere I need it. It made it very seamless for me.
How were you able to spend the bye week? I mean, did you just kind of concentrate on getting physically set, or were you able to get the playbook, or how did you
Both.
kind of approach it?
Both. Go over the playbook, kind of try to hit a little 2 a day if I could, lift, recovery, do all those things. Because like I said, it's been, my last game was Halloween, and then had the week off, and then didn't sign until the next Friday, play the game, then bye week. So I've definitely felt that I haven't been in that flow that I would have, normally stayed in with a regular schedule. So just trying to get back into that, just find my way back to where I know I could be.
First of all, congratulations on being a father.
Yes, sir.
Number two, obviously you made a noise about taking your salary as far as, Bitcoin and things like that. How much did you educate yourself about those things before making that decision?
I mean, you definitely have to know what you're doing. But I think it's the same situation as being on a team. You trust and rely on the people around you and the people I've surrounded myself with just on that occasion, and get all the information that I need and go from there.
You being a dad, how much advice would you give to your own father as far as moving forward?
I mean, this is something I've dreamed about all my life. I always knew kids was always my thing. You ever see me at the games, like I'm always trying to interact with the kids, because I remember when I was playing in the Georgia Dome at 6, 7 years old, and Mike Vick, who was my favorite, and I'm looking up to him and in the way that he showed me love. From that day, I knew when I got into this position, that's what I wanted to do. So I'm excited about it, man. Words don't even do justice, and the child's not even here yet, so excited.
What's it like I know you've only been out there once during the 49ers game, but in the huddle, with you trying to grasp the offense, and there's a play call, I mean, how does that all go down for you in terms of understanding what you're supposed to be doing and where you're going?
Like I said, I mean, you got Cup, Van, Stafford back there, like they make it pretty seamless. At the same time, I gotta hold myself accountable and make sure I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I mean, they make it pretty easy for me.
Last game, obviously before the bye, obviously there was basically one real day of practice, one real day of getting touches, all the way up to, the start of the game when I noticed you and Mackie trying to sneak a little extra time in during warm-ups when he would normally be throwing like the equipment guy.
Yeah.
First of all, what was that experience like now that you've had the chance to process it, and now how much sort of calmer or maybe more adjusted might it feel going forward as you stack those reps together?
Well, first and foremost, I hate losing more, than anybody. So it wasn't fun losing the first game, but inside I felt such joy and a sense of peace, throughout all of this. And I just, I'm a big kid at heart. When I step on a football field, like, this is football at the end of the day. and I was going to help do whatever I could to get a win. It wasn't the case, but you know, there's so many games left, and the most important game is this game. And just kind of finding ways, like I said, to stack days on top of each other. Like I told you, it's been a rough month for me. And usually every November, you know, my birthday's on the 5th, is always my greatest month. It just always is, and it just hasn't been for the last couple of years. Continued right to this year, so just got to find a way to turn it around, you know, focus on what I need to do, and find a way to get a win.
And Odell, I think when people, like, maybe even outside of football, hear your name, they think of the glamour stuff, right? The catches, the highlight reels and everything, but it seems like you're also putting a lot of work in on special teams and showing doing that sort of behind the scenes, like, dirty work that maybe people don't know from the outside. So what has that been like for you? And that's, I know, something that you've been willing to do for some time now.
I mean, for me, it's nothing, because this is where I've always been. You know, I fractured my ankle because I came back 5 to 6 weeks too early for my team because we lost the first game. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been all for my team, whatever the media hold up or the outside opinion of who I am. Like, it's never bothered me because I know who I truly am. So it's whatever to help the team win. I told Coach, I was like, Coach, can I get a couple of receptions and maybe a touchdown before I get out on punt return, like joking with him, because I haven't really got to catch many passes this year. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes for us to win. If you need me to do punt return, I'll do it. You know? So just find ways to help however I can.
Obviously, you haven't been here that long, but after 2 losses for this team and then the bye week, humongous game on Sunday, do you get a sense, being around the guys, a sense of urgency this weekend?
I think it's a sense of urgency just because it's the next game, and each one of these games from here on out, like, they matter. Nobody comes to prepares and is up at 6 a.m. and leaving at 4 p.m. to lose. You know what I mean? Ultimately, we all want to win. So it's just about who could be the best prepared, execute come Sunday, and that's the goal, is to come out, execute, and again.
Just a couple more. What kinds of things could people expect to see in the second game? More preparation than the first one? Is it a matter of more snaps, or
Yeah, maybe get a few more snaps.
but any kind of are there kinds of plays that you can execute with more
Can we tell you the
preparation?
playbook?
As specifically as you can.
Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I haven't got to catch many passes, so I'm not giving away any hints
Sure.
on anything that's going on. But I definitely think that there's opportunities, like I said, to make plays. And it's something, we're still kids when we get out there. This has always been a dream. So finding ways, make sure you prepare, first and foremost, be where you need to be, and make the play when it comes to play.
Obviously, I wasn't asking for specifics.
No, I know.
But are there certain kinds of plays, kinds of throws that Matthew can make to you a first time out with little preparation that you'll build on going forward?
I don't know exactly what year it is for him, but I've watched him for a very long time. So he's one of the greats. I think he'll go down. I don't want to sit here and talk about a jacket or whatnot, but he's one of those in my opinion. So you run the route, be where you need to be, he's going to make the throw, and that's all that really matters.
Hey, Odell, I'm sure you've talked about this several times over your career. We're getting to know you for the first time, really. Sean was talking earlier about how much joy he sees from you when you play the game, when you're doing anything, really, especially when you're playing football. Where does that come from, and how do you hold on to that as a professional and as a job?
I feel like it's a deep conversation, but in short, it's like I say, early on in my career, I remember how much joy I had, and then the world gets a hold of all of that, and that's why you see these people when they talk about their mental space and how it wears down on them. Like, it's a lot. Just being honest with you, it's just a lot. And the last 3 years for me have been a lot, going through injury, battling, the world, and feeling all these things that I just no longer feel. I feel like I'm at peace now. And I think that's what people see when I'm out here. I'm literally just at peace, and I get to do my thing. I get to run routes, I get to play football, and just be free. And, it's a new group of guys. There's no nameplates on the back of the jersey, so I'm still, I'm learning the plays halfway before you get to know everybody on the team, which is, something I would never do, but just find my way to get in where I fit in, man. But I'm excited, I feel free, and I'm just ready to play football.
Last one. Odell. Mr. Beckham, yes. Is there anything you could share with us on your relationship now building up with Stafford, how you guys maybe on some sidebar time can talk about the game between the both of you?
Like I say, he knows this game. You know, he's one of the all-time greats. He's I think we've all watched him for years. Just being able to talk football, ins and outs of routes. How do you see it? Okay, I didn't get my depth. Okay, push another step. I'm waiting on you. It's just football talk, which is what I love. Like I love football, bro. So it's been great. Still, you know, we'll get acclimated, and you know, we make a push towards the back end of the season and make a run for what we're all going to do. Thank you.
Vaughn, how are you feeling coming out of the bye week?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling rested. Our bye week was the same bye week as the Broncos bye week, so it was right in time. It was right on time for me, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. A little bit more comfortable with the playbook. Ankle's a whole lot healthier, so bye week was great.
Your ankle, would it be fair to put a percentage on it?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't even think about it. Yeah, I don't even think about it. I don't think it's a non-factor. You know, you know, what we did was perfect. You know, by waiting 1 week, playing a week, and then having the bye week after, just kind of clean up some stuff. So it's really a non-factor. I really don't think about it.
What's your experience been and looking ahead, playing against Aaron Rodgers? What challenges does he present?
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, all of them. He's a great quarterback. You know, he's one of the best in our craft, one of the best in our sport. Makes all the great decisions, able to move around in the pocket. You know, he's not Lamar Jackson or anything like that, but he's just as effective. You know, when it comes to scrambling around and making plays. So, you know, presents all type of problems. Definitely got to play to the best of our ability, be on our P's and Q's. We got to rush the quarterback well. We got to play tight coverage, and we got to score points to have the type of outcome that we want.
How important is it to get to him with fourth and not have to bring extra?
Yeah, I mean it's important. You know, he's the best quarterback in the league. If he's not the best, he's 2 or 1 or 3, whatever. He's right. He's one of the best that has ever played our game. So, you know, you want to have as many DBs back there covering guys. They got Devontae Adams. You know, you want to put a lot of attention on him. And, you know, they got a whole roster full of guys. MVS is coming on strong too. He's established himself as a pretty good wide receiver in this league as well, top receiver in this league as well. And if we blitzing and stuff, those guys will be one-on-one. You know, and it don't matter who you got covering them. You know, you got Aaron Rodgers and those type of guys running routes. It's going to be tough on anybody. So you want to get there with 4, and I think we got the guys who do it. You know, we got Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, myself. You know, we're stacked on defensive line. We should be able to do it before.
Aaron was talking about starting to build a rush playing with you earlier this week. His eyes kind of lit up a little bit, kind of similar to how yours did after the game the other night. You've been like the guy who's known the plan for so many years, right, in your own previous system. Now coming here after the whirlwind settles and all of that, starting to see those puzzle pieces come together, is that like invigorating for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, I do a lot of things well in life. You know, I do a lot of things well playing, football as well. But the one thing that I do better than anything else is rush the passer. You know, and Aaron Donald is one of the best rushers to ever play this game as well. So, you know, whenever we got opportunities to rush and opportunities to go together, you know, we focus in on it. You know, the rush plan, I feel like, getting the rush plan is easy. It's just like playing basketball. You know, it's Shaq and Kobe. You know, you figure a way to make both guys work. I set the pick if I need to set the pick. You know, he set the pick. If it's open, I shoot it. If it's there for him to dunk it, he'll dunk it, But, it's easy whenever you got guys like Leonard Floyd and Aaron Donald, and the type of guys that we got rushing. It's really easy. It's not really a lot that goes into it. Just a simple conversation. We speak the same language, and it's definitely been a treat and refreshing, to have just these limited reps that I had with Aaron Donald so far.
The Rams loss at Lambeau in the playoffs last week was pretty emotional for a lot of guys, including Aaron and Donald. Do you see that as a newcomer coming in? I mean, do you sense that this game might be a little more for guys?
Yeah, just with my experience, being in the league 11 years, this is the type of game that you want to go out there and win. It's not over if we lose, but we definitely want to win this one. It's a playoff game. That's kind of been like the mindset of early season playoff game. You know, they're a top team in the NFC, and we're a top team in the NFC. And, you know, down the road, this game is going to matter. So, you know, we definitely want to, you know, get this done. It's definitely a huge sense of urgency. Like you said, they lost in the playoffs. And when you watch the clips, you know, last year of the game, you know, just preparing for this week, it was a close one. It just got away from money in. So, like you said, a lot of guys were emotional about that. And, you know, we got our second shot at it. So it's going to be tough for us. It's going to be cold. And, you know, we just got to go out there and take it one play at a time. And I feel comfortable with this team that we have.
Leonard Floyd's kind of just like a quiet giant around here. And did you know him well at all before this? And how have you kind of gotten to know him in his own way as you guys have?
I mean, me being a pass rusher in the league, I'm familiar with Leonard Floyd, but I never had like you know, a conversation with him or anything like that. You know, I know pass rush, I know the best pass rushers in the league, and so I know, you know, I know of Leonard Floyd, and I know him from that perspective. But when I got here, I was kind of blown away by how quiet he was, because if you look at him on the field, his personality on the field, it's not the same, you know, off the field. You know, on the field he has a lot of energy, you know, huge attitude. He's going left to right, 100 miles per hour. Then off the field, like you said, he's just like a quiet giant. You know, I was surprised by how tall he was. You know, I told him that. I was like, bro, like, how tall are you? I thought we was the same height. You know, like you see him on game film, like, bro, I thought we were the same height. And you get here, and you know, he's 6'6". He's a pretty big guy, man. And it's been a blessing. You know, that I played with a lot of great guys across from me, from, you know, DeMarcus Ware, Bradley Chubb, you know, Edwards Dumerville. I've had a boogeyman across from me a lot of times, and you know, Leonard Floyd is definitely a special one for me. You know, he's 6'6", he can rush the passer, he's powerful. You know, I feel comfortable with everything that we have. So, like I said before, it's definitely been refreshing, you know, being here, and it's definitely been a treat being here with all of these guys.
Just a couple more. I'm sure you know this by now, but he just happened to be on site after they like finalized the trade agreement for you, and Sean like told him from across the parking lot. And I guess he like jumped in the air and was screaming and happy. And what's your reaction to that, knowing how? Man,
it's cool to, you know, it's cool to be wanted. You know, it's cool to be wanted, and you know, for people to be excited about you. You know, in Denver, they were excited about me. You know, they love me there, but you know, being there for 11 years is just, you know, like, oh yeah, it's just Vaughn again. You know, it's just Vaughn. You know, what's up, Vaughn? You know, it's just, you know, it's not like it takes anything away from him, but it's not the same excitement as here. You come here and it's like, bro, we got Von Miller. You know, so many guys, you know, ask me questions in the locker room, and you know, everybody's excited for me to be here, and I feel it, man. So it's definitely been refreshing and a treat, you know, making this transition over to LA.
Have you heard from anybody, current big names or former big names in the NFL, just about your opportunity and what it's like to have a defensive front that has Aaron, you on it, and whatnot?
Oh yeah, I talked to DeMarcus. You know, I talked to DeMarcus, and you know, actually I was reaching out to him, because I like to give guys their flowers, you know, when they're still around, and it's time for it. And I was just thinking, you know, about DeMarcus, and you know, how he came into my life at the perfect time, and I see myself as DeMarcus coming here. You know, I'm older, still can play. You know, I've been adopted into this culture and this team. You know, I didn't come here and develop, you know, here with the Rams. So I'm coming from a different spot. I'm here, and I'm trying to do my best to get sacks. And, you know, I'm doing the same thing DeMarcus did for me. And I talked to him, and I told him, man, I appreciated him, and I thank him for everything that he was doing for me. And I see myself doing the same thing now. Like, it's crazy how, you know, it works. You know, some of the stuff that he told me, some of the techniques that he showed me, and some of the things that we did on and off the football field. Like, I get here with LA, and I'm doing the same thing with these guys. So it was when I realized that, and I caught myself, you know, I had to hit up DeMarcus and tell him that, you know, I appreciate him for all the stuff that he did for me.
Last one. I'm just curious. I mean, I remember asking Aqib this when he came here too. You guys are in your early 30s. You're talking about being old, but do you guys ever process that you're still really young men? But you feel old in this game, but you're not an old guy.
I mean, I don't feel old at all. You know, I think you know, old is a mindset. You know, I feel like, especially in a kids game like this, when you start saying that old word, and you start saying, you know, you start talking like that, you know, it happens fast. You know, I've been in the league, you know, 11 years, and I've seen a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm old. I've seen guys that come in and start saying, oh man, my back, I'm not feeling. they ain't get hurt getting out of bed today. Oh, man. You got about 2 more years when you start doing that. You know, you're on the way out when you start doing that. So, you know, I always try to have a positive mindset, and I really like to, you know, think that, you know, old is a mindset. You know, I come out here, I run, I do everything that the young guys do. I kind of gravitate towards the young guys in the locker room. They help keep me young. This team right here is a young team that help keep me young. And yeah, like I said, I'm still running around, flipping and spinning and doing all the things that I was doing when I was, you know, 21, 22. So old is definitely a mindset. I don't want to start talking like that.
All set.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Moss.
One of the best in the game. But man, it's a team game. That's not what it's, you know, solely about. It's not about a matchup. And as we've seen, I don't always get what I want. So I don't. I mean, that's the fans either. I guess you could say that's just not how that happens. That's not how the flow of the game goes. And as much as fans want to see me playing man-to-man coverage on 2 receivers at once or whatever they want, like that's not always the flow of the game, right? And then, you know, it used to be the game's just evolved and developed. Like it used to be where you know, the defense was kind of reactive to the offense in some areas where, you know, they put their guy there, and you'll put your guy on him wherever he's at and move him there. But now offenses have evolved throughout the years of me being in the league, and now they're kind of reactive to that as well. So, you know, there is times where I may be lined up on a receiver and then they motion, or maybe they'll do 2 motions. Like offenses have evolved in that way as well. So I know that kills the fans, and the fans want to see certain matchups. And honestly, a lot of the times that kills me too. But that's not the flow of the game. And just the reality of playing, you're not going to play zero coverage, man-to-man football all game, all 60, 70 plus plays. So it is what it is, and that's why football is like the most ultimate team game, because everybody has to do their job. Everybody has to complement around, and it's not about a specific matchup. So as we'll get those opportunities throughout the game, maybe a few times, I'm sure it won't be the majority of the time. Just that's how football works, right? So I got to be focused on the whole game plan, not just that.
Is that your social media mentions from fans? Are you hearing from them?
No, not necessarily me. I mean, I follow, you know, people in the media. I follow reporters, whatever, and I do see things like that, and I see people talking, and it kind of does frustrate me when they talk about what they thought was the game plan or what they thought should have been the game plan, and when they speak negatively on Coach Ra, just because. I mean, we are going out there with a game plan that we feel like works for us. We are going out there trying to get favorable matchups and trying to win the game at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. And I feel like, you know, fans don't always understand that, or if it doesn't happen, you know, in that exact manner that they want it to happen in, then they, you know, they got to find somebody to point the finger at it or be mad at. So I hate that. I hate that for him, like being that he's my coach, because I know how great of a coach he really is, honestly, and I know our game plans, and I know what we come into the game hoping is going to happen, and I know the adjustments that we make at half, and you know, this is the NFL. I mean, these teams we're playing have talent. They have good offensive coordinators. They make adjustments. They see what we're doing, and these quarterbacks we've been playing as of recently, they're smart as well, and they know, you know, how we're used in some aspects in some plays, and they will still figure out a way to try to get a favorable matchup away from me, AD, whoever that may be, and that's all a part of the game, and that's probably the one thing that I would encourage people to understand, that like. It's not, we're not intentionally going out here, like, not trying to get favorable matchups. Like, that's insane, right? we're definitely going out there with game plans that we feel like are going to work, and we're trying to make adjustments and we're trying to get things right. But it's a team game. Everybody got to, do their part. We got to execute as a team. We got to execute as a defense, offense, special teams, all around to be able to make all of it come to life.
Jalen, two more. Jalen, you've always used your platform to speak out on various issues like education in our communities and things like that. Obviously, over the course of the bye week, we heard about the trial of Ahmaud Arbery as far as the people that were brought to justice coming out. Do you feel like that's a step in the right direction as far as the social justice and you guys continue to use your voices?
Yeah, I think it is. Obviously, everybody saw it and everybody, I guess, was kind of worried about what the verdict would be, but once it came down and justice was served, that was definitely a step in the right direction. But there's still a lot of work to do, you know what I mean?
How much better do you feel about the Rams, about the health of the team in particular, than 10 months ago when you faced the Packers?
To be completely honest with you, I don't even think about that. Personally, that's just like a personal thing. I don't think about that. I try not to compare anything from last year to this year because it's different. It's completely different. And I always feel good about the Rams, honestly. The highs and lows, I still feel good about us. And I'm always hopeful and optimistic that we're gonna get things right.
Yeah, just to what you were talking about before, the chess match and how things evolve and change. Just taking your time in the league as a small sample size, because it's obviously always evolving and changing. But as offenses got more multiple, defenses then use players like you to become more multiple. Then, teams like the 49ers are trying to then stack the multiple players, the joker players on that side to try to leverage that advantage. Do you see that continuing until something breaks?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the game will continue to evolve, right? For example, people wanted to talk about the matchups, or they wanted to see me on Debo or Kittle or whatever the case may have been. Like, he was at running back sometimes. What the hell did y'all want me to do? What did y'all want us to call? I don't know. It's just, to me, knowing our game plan, our schemes, and our mindset going into the game, and our adjustments, and how we try to get those matchups, and then seeing people, I guess, just not understand it. It doesn't make me mad, but it's just kind of annoying. Like, I wish y'all understood that we are definitely trying to get the right guys in the right place so we can win the game, honestly. So I guess to answer your question, yeah, it'll just be something that we'll keep evolving. We'll figure it out. Other teams will do the same thing. They're trying to figure out how to get our best guys out of the game. We're trying to figure out how to get in the game, and whatever the case may be. It's just football. It's just NFL football. Like, these people are good. As y'all seen how this NFL season has went, it's any given Sunday. Like, it is what it is. But we are out there definitely busting our ass, trying to not only just playing extremely hard with a lot of heart, physical, mental toughness, all of that, but we trying to make sure we have the right game plans and everything. Like, it's all trying to be put together to make sure the Rams win. That's something that I can for sure let all the fans know. Like, rest assured that we're definitely trying to right our wrongs and get everything right. In game, out of the game, whenever. Like, we want to win. We hate losing.